coming out.
Now there is. Welcome to Hearth and Hammer, a family-friendly D&D show. Thank you for joining us, whether you're doing so live, watching on YouTube, or listening to the podcast. I did this already while muted, so we're all laughing at me for that. But we're glad to be here. We're starting episode 29 tonight.
I thought we were on episode 30.
Nope.
29.
My math is off somewhere.
It is.
I
mean, we
went
have
from 27 to 29, so I'm an idiot.
That's probably why.
You just have to add one each time.
We have now.
I know
we
that's
have
difficult
played
for people
in
from Oklahoma,
total
but
more than 29 because we've had some adventures, we've had some side quests, but yes,
We have.
that was very sultry. Reborn.
Sorry,
You
I
have-
was yawning in the middle of that. I was yawning, but yeah, no, that's my normal voice. I just
Yeah,
that's right.
Theoden does ASMR.
Yeah, now we're here back with another adventure of Hearth and Hammer. Welcome, everyone.
That's right. If you missed our last show, they'll be up eventually on YouTube and the podcast. Real
If
life,
Theoden comes out with a sultry late night podcast, I'm listening to it every night.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
I need to do it in a gruff voice.
That'll be
like
that'll be our off stream night streams that we can throw in there. So that'll be awesome. Also, don't forget to check us out live at twitch.tv/hearthandhammer. You can also find out where you can listen to the podcast at anchor.fm/hearthandhammer. If you are searching for incredible, amazing, royalty-free sound effects and music for your tabletop RPG podcast, you should definitely check out the monumentstudios.net. They have an incredible fantasy, sci-fi, Cthulhu, all sorts of cool stuff. And they have an awesome app that is Windows, Mac. I think you can even put it on phone or iPad, and it's a soundboard for all of your musical needs. It's very inexpensive, or you can buy all in and buy a bundle at 70% off. So do that. They're amazing. # not sponsored.
What's the company called again? Monument
Studios. Monument
Fantastic.
Studios. Yes, they are amazing. And they are super nice. They are really nice. So occasionally they will go live on Instagram. So
Who doesn't like nice? I've never heard of someone that says, I don't like nice.
I like nice.
The Grinch.
Ah,
No, he does now.
well, you know.
Oh well, yeah,
Get a change of heart.
I mean, you guys really don't. You guys really don't like Theoden. I mean, he's
But at
nothing
some
but
point-
nice.
He didn't like nice.
True. All right, well, let's get started. So join us by the hearth as we forge a new adventure. All right. Last time on Hearth and Hammer, the heroes attended a festival of the Coastal Caravan of Craftsmen.
That we did. And it was a fantastic and amazing time. We're with the caravan of Coastal.
Right.
I got an
Craftsman.
amazing shield.
true.
Yeah.
I got a staff.
I got a wand.
The
Of
wagon
smiles.
train from the
And we're-
Menagerie Coast port city of Zune arrived in Hepperduke to exhibit their crafted clockwork constructs and amazing arcane artificeries. The crew engaged in competitions of strength, speed, and intelligence,
This is a tongue twister.
winning and losing
love it.
some gold in good fun. While perusing the various wares of the menagerie makers, the crew were able to procure new items in preparation for what comes next. My wife opened the door to tell me about a bunch of bugs.
Same. Happens a lot.
Yeah.
And then she looked at me flatly and said, "This is important." Okay, she doesn't listen to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
There's currently a moth in the house that I was not able to catch before this started. So
Well, she said there was
might
like she said there was like 10.
we might witness a frantic wife run in here asking to catch said moth.
So
I'm more than happy to do the voice for it if I need to.
please do.
Please
So-
do.
She'll
sorry,
do her own
sorry,
voice.
ladies
You
and
will hear
gentlemen.
her.
We'll move past it. Igsley, thank you. I appreciate the vote for the cool opening. So
What everybody actually comes here for.
that's right.
True.
All right. So what do you guys? So okay. So you finished for the day at the carnival that was happening, and you left and went back to the Heroes Haven. So if you used any spells or anything, mark a long rest. You can do that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is the next day.
Down to a whopping 19 armor class. I'm not liking this.
You're gonna like it. Yeah, Theoden, he missed the booth with all the bags.
There was no booth with all the bags.
Yeah, I
Well, we
still
may
am
never
unable
know.
to get the efficient quiver and all that to cancel out the weight, so I'm just gonna have to do it
That's-
the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that. So, or submit a ticket, honestly, after tonight.
Okay.
D&D Beyond is pretty good about responding to tickets. So,
Yeah, I'll be honest, Mrs. Reborn does more of the bug catching than me in our house. She's kind of a weirdo like that. She likes to catch them, keep them. Real weird.
Odd.
keep him secret.
Yeah,
Keep safe.
she like I squash them. I just kill them. She doesn't
She
kill
catches
them.
and releases.
Yeah, she likes to leave them. She gets mad when I just crush them right off. I'm like,
So, Theoden,
yes. Oh.
you awaken the next morning. And you seemed to roll a intelligence check for me.
My strong suit.
Of course.
An 8.
Okay.
First roll of the
You-
night.
You remember with that roll that there is food in the kitchen.
Oh.
So you head down and meet the
Wait.
Cokes.
My good ale's down there now, isn't it?
I don't know if it was delivered yet or not, but
Let's go get some food.
so yeah. Anyone else like to roll an intelligence check?
Anybody else want to
I'll
make up for
roll
my
one.
shortcomings?
I don't have any of my dice ready, y'all.
Okay. Roll it. Rowan, were you rolling? Yes, he says yes.
Before everybody else wakes up, there's some stuff I wanted to do.
Okay.
You want me?
That would be a 12.
Okay, you remember that the caravan is here for a week. So if there are things needed to be done, you can do that.
I would like to go to the bag vendor.
The caravan is here for a week, everyone. I'm going to wake up, maybe meet Thurden over for the breakfast that he had found. And I'm going to whip up maybe like a breakfast quesadilla and some corn salsa.
Okay.
little bit
Do
of sour
you
cream.
do you try to show the cooks how to do this?
What?
Yep.
Because I'll
And they
need-
are super fast. Let me tell you, they are the best cooks. And they, I'm like, oh,
Oh my gosh! Get out!
roll a performance check.
Please be a now one. Burn yourself.
14.
All right,
I'll
easily
pop one or two
enough.
away.
You take your skills from traveling with your former life, your skills on traveling. You often cooked for a lot of the family, so easy enough. Lee, so rewind us a bit. What did you want to get done before everyone wakes up?
So when I woke up, I was gonna go ahead and I had bought some stuff for map making.
Oh yes.
I was gonna go ahead and get that open and then start just create a little legend on it. Start creating a key for when we get down there. Just being able to mark this is a camp we saw, or this is different keys for different stuff. And then I'm gonna go divide up some material or some of the other things I bought and kind of have them organized off of who I want to give them to, and then kind of have them go to the kitchen, just kind of wait for people to get there. And then as they walk in, I think Theoden was the first one that walked in, right?
Yeah, Theoden walked in, followed closely by Rowan.
Rowan. Theoden, would you be able to carry some things for us when we go down into the Underdark?
What else is a dwarfen back good for but carrying a lot of weight? Yeah. I'll carry whatever you need, monk.
All right, thank you. And I go ahead and pull out, and I hand him the climber's kit and 50 foot of hempen rope.
All individually, right? Like you just hand it
All
to him each piece individually. You just start putting it in his arms.
one
So he's
foot
like-
of rope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
51
he's
foot
coiling it.
rope
He's
pieces.
coiling
Yeah.
it in your arms. That's right.
exactly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna,
I'm gonna stuff it in my pack.
Lee, what are you needing Rowan here to carry for you?
I will hand him.
Do you have something to pick him up?
Yeah, I'll hand him block and tackle.
I think I'm back.
Okay. All right, there you go.
Yep.
I don't.
No,
I
he
don't
was-
know
he
what
was-
happened, but
He was frozen there for a second.
I
but it
gave
looks like
Rowan
stream
a
went
block
down.
and tackle, and then
okay.
Austin
Yeah, stream went
does
down.
not know what a block and tackle is. But
Stream went
he
down,
knows
by the
now.
way,
We
so-
educated him.
It should be back
Holy
up
system.
because
Okay.
it never stopped streaming. But
So it's
tell me-
showing
tell me-
offline for me,
Let's see.
and so does Mrs. Reborn.
Yeah, same.
Okay, well it should be back up now.
Okay.
Or coming back up.
There it is.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So you handed him all that stuff, and anything else? Jace, what did you get up early and?
Yeah, I mean, I would have got up early, but I probably wouldn't have left my room. I'd have got up, prayed, kind of thought about the adventure ahead, and I'd probably come down, at breakfast about the time they're all going down for breakfast.
Okay. So you head down, meet everyone, easy enough.
Yeah.
Get some breakfast. Pete?
I was probably one of the first ones there too, but actually no, I think I'm in my room still, like preparing my spells because that's what I'm currently doing. Just thinking about, trying to think through what we might go do today, and different things about if we are going to go into the Underdark, then what am I going to need? So I'm thinking through and meditating and doing the magic that it takes to prepare my spells for the day.
Okay. Fantastic. You hear out in the garden, you hear giggling ever so softly as Anwin flies around, waking all the flowers, singing little songs, before eventually coming in and finding you. Pete, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Anwin.
It's another great day.
I'm sure it will be. I'm a little bit nervous in case we do go into the Underdark. I'm not entirely sure what goes on around there. Actually, do you have any information on any creatures that might live in the Underdark?
No.
I guess the Feywilds are much different than that.
Yeah. I'm usually more into forests and other places. Pretty much
Very
everywhere
same for me.
besides underground.
That's the same for me. It's just what makes it kind of trouble for me to prepare my magic for the day because I don't really know what I should be preparing.
Well, are we going today? I thought there was more festival time.
I have no idea. But if there is more festival time, I've kind of spent all my money, so
Well, there's lots of other things to do there.
that's true. Listen, I've always got some magic for mischief, so that's not a problem at all.
Ooh, we could do that.
We should do something.
We should definitely do something. She giggles and flies off down the hallway, eventually making her way to the rest of you in there. And you see your cooks have like a little plate that has, you can see now, it's like this little plate, and there's like almost like a little stool on the bar that looks like they put like a little table on the bar with a stool for Anwin, and they slide a little plate over to her on it, and she sits down and merrily starts eating. Doesn't take her very long, and then she's up around, flying around, buzzing around your heads. She laughs when you try to do that.
Hey, Druid, get your pet. Oh, good.
Good morning, Anwin. I see
morning,
you're
good
quite
morning.
chipper this morning.
Oh, absolutely. It's another nice day.
Absolutely. That
she
says
just-
I'm just kind of sitting there sipping on coffee.
Yeah, she just continues flying around. Anything anyone else would like to do?
As we're sitting there, I'll address the party as we're eating and munching on food.
I got dressed by myself.
That's
Nice.
Good job.
David?
I mean, he said he dressed the party, so.
Oh, well, thank you. I needed that extra help.
Yep. So this Underdark place, I don't know if anyone knows anything about it, but it was always something we, growing up on the streets, we stayed far away from, even entrances, and we only heard kind of these faint noises coming from this and we never ventured there. So does anyone know of anything about this Underdark area?
So Seth, as a mountain dwarf, obviously I probably would have come into some kind of contact with the Underdark through the fact that dwarves usually will tunnel through mines and stuff like that. Would I know anything about the Underdark?
Roll a... I would say you could roll a history or nature with advantage.
Okay.
Would I possibly know anything with my studies at the Cobalt? Oh my gosh. I thought I had it, y'all.
Look at that. A 19. I don't have any.
Okay.
I don't have anything to add either.
Lee, yeah, you can roll as well. Roll a history or intelligence. Just
Probably a pretty high blue Rowan's out of the water. That will be a natural 3.
Ooh,
So
fancy.
So Lee, you know the basics. Like most people are familiar, the Underdark has sometimes been used as kind of the scary bedtime stories for kids, but Theoden, yeah, as a mountain dwarf, you do know about the Underdark. Not a lot. You haven't. Well, I mean, maybe you have been there. But you haven't delved too deeply into it.
Right.
But you also do know that there was an entrance in the mountains around Craghammer,
Mm-hmm.
and that there have been other adventuring parties and other expeditions from Craghammer that have gone down into the Underdark in the past.
I've seen friends go down there, but me myself, I tend to stay to the surface. We have had to push some creepy crawlies back, but nothing too crazy. Tend not to venture down there too much myself. I like the sun on my neck and my brow, but it's definitely not the place I tend to enjoy spending too much time.
Theoden, you would know that it's a vast network of caverns and tunnels, and that a lot of there are portals to other planes sometimes down there. There are oh, now I can't think of it. There are
And yeah,
all sorts of creatures. What'd you say?
Oh, so you
Yeah.
buffered there? We just got you back, and it looks like
Oh,
string went down again.
Goodness gracious, I don't know what's happening.
I don't either. All I heard was I would know that's a vast network, and then
Okay.
you,
Yeah, so it's a vast network of tunnels and caverns, underground rivers. There are cities and villages of, subterranean creatures. There are, monsters. There are even portals to other planes sometimes.
nasty place.
It's
Everything
a
they
world
tell you
unto
in your-
itself, almost.
Everything they tell you in your nice little sleepy tales is true. It's just I tend to stay as far away from there as possible. A dwarf like myself wouldn't get lost, but I mean, poor Jace over here not being able to see without the lights on. We might push him down a
Yes.
tunnel or two just to laugh.
I think I can handle the lights.
Nobody
And
said we needed to.
I at this point, I have my staff in my hand, and I reach up and touch it and just cast the light cantrip on it. I'm like, look what I learned. I've got this covered, guys.
Oh Lord.
Well, I wish you would have told me that before this morning.
Well, I just learned it this morning. I did.
And how would he have told you that before this morning? We were sleeping.
Before just that, I might have to read. I
Oh,
have to sit
Lord.
and
Well, I
spend
mean,
some
I
more
s-
time readjust my spells.
I do
It's all right.
apologize.
I-
I learned it this morning, so I was showing you this new knowledge. I don't know how to turn it off though.
I'm pretty sure you turn it
So,
off the same way you turn it on.
Did you try
that
turning it
worked.
off and turning
Alright.
it back on again?
Yeah, it's a great idea.
You have
It
the
usually
ability to-
works.
Yeah.
Or just bring your thing over here and let me smash the top of it with my hammer.
You stay away from my new toy.
All right. Did you guys see
But,
my new shield?
That's quite nice. I see everyone's very excited about
It's
new toys.
fancy.
Indeed.
Theoden, have you attuned to it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then do you know your command word?
I do.
Okay.
My,
are you gonna wait? Are you gonna?
Yeah,
pop up? Okay,
I'm
alright,
gonna
alright.
wait.
Fair enough. Okay. So,
Yes.
go ahead, Jace.
As for the Underdark, of course, I've never been there myself, but I do have a previous mentor who told tales of it. Can't say I'm excited to go there, but willing to do what I must for justice.
Hey, You guys know I'll go wherever you go. My shield's there to block the arrows and the swings coming at your head.
Well, Jace, for that, for your staff there, it's all lit up. Do you have to concentrate on keeping doing that magic, or how long does it last?
It lasts an amount of time of 1 hour. 1 hour is how long it lasts.
Yeah, was it a cantrip you did, or was it?
It is a cantrip, yes. I can do it as much as I want.
Seems kind of useful there, human.
All right, give me a minute. I'm going to work on focusing on some different spells now that I know you can do that.
I've also I learned another one today, and I don't know if it'll be particularly useful. It's a much more powerful that casts. It'll make the darkest of realms look like absolute daylight. Could be useful in certain scenarios.
Hell, we'll see. I'd rather go down and see what's going on. I hear there's an amazing bag vendor that we walked right by.
Is that right?
That's what I heard on the street. I think we should go down and check it out.
Well, by all means. I would love to go and still find a possible alternate solution for me to see in the dark that doesn't make me, be a beacon, a giant target.
I believe
so
our small friend wants to concentrate on some new spells. So while you do that, I say we take a few minutes. I'm gonna go to my forge. I've got a little talking to Moradin to do today to make sure my own spells are tip top, and then maybe a second breakfast, and then we leave out, right?
Jace, I can give you dark vision for a time.
Can you? All right.
You know what's funny is
Okay.
I
Excellent.
also learned a spell that you cast, a magical daylight that lets the darkest of spaces look insanely bright, or like it's daytime.
Yes.
That happens to be some of the magic that I was prepared to do today.
I think
since
you
we
two
can do
need
it,
to talk about
I'm
what
gonna-
spells you get.
Great
there.
minds.
I'm gonna not
Great
do that.
minds. Well, to be fair, I can't use it that many times, so perhaps having it available.
Okay, I guess we buffered for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
But perhaps more than one of us having it available is not too bad. Yes.
By the way, I have some things for you to carry for when we go down on to the Underdark, and I hand him the hooded lantern and manacles.
Yes.
And then
Thirdin, come here.
If you wouldn't mind carrying these, and I hand him the crowbar and shovel. Because, he's a druid that works with dirt. He needs a shovel to dig.
This is actually going to do really well for helping me get some bigger specimens.
We need to go down to the bag vendor to find a bag just for dirt for Pete, so he can
Yes.
bring like large quantities.
Do you have
of dirt.
a dirt bag?
I don't have a
Various
dirt bag.
pockets and pouches and just folds in my cloth.
I don't have a dirt bag, but something along the lines of like a little bucket of sorts. Like maybe a 5-gallon bucket or something like that. That
What's that?
just maybe something along those lines that can just like open up and carry large quantities of dirt. Yeah.
Yes, if you
Are
let
you
us
saying
leave
he needs
behind.
You're saying he needs a jar of dirt? I can just picture him
He
now.
does. He
No, not
needs
a jar.
jar of dirt.
A jar is very confining. I mean, a bag of dirt, like dangling from the side of him, like a dirt bag.
A dirt.
Jace, if you left that
I think
pocket
we could
open,
But
probably-
not Jace. But not
I think-
Jace. Walking
We could
next to
probably
him.
name.
Like-
We could probably name this after you, Thirdin.
No.
This dirt
Yes.
bag has a nice ring to it.
Yes, I like it.
No, that's the nickname I have for
Thirdin.
Jace. I was trying to.
No.
something
You-
for the
Oh,
other
it's
side
all
of me.
you know what? You
You know
should
what?
take full credit of this.
I'm going to the forge. I pick up my hammer and I just walk off, shaking my head, muttering to myself.
Very well done, Rowan. Very well done.
I'm rather fond of that term, dirt bag. I like that.
I like it. It's nice, isn't it? It's got a ring to it.
It's always going. That term will always remind us of Thirdin now.
Can I
Indeed
just
it will.
scream down? Can I scream back? Hey, the first one of you called me dirtbag, I'm gonna smack you with my hammer.
It's endearing. Listen, your mother hit you over the head with rocks for love. If you're going to hit me with your hammer, it might as well be a sign to you.
Lord.
I think that is how he shows love.
I just finished heading onto my phone.
All right. So anything else you do before you head down to the city?
I would probably, I guess while Pete's taking his time to think about, different spells to attune to, I'd probably go in and pray to Moradin.
Okay.
Just kind of, sit at my anvil and kind of meditate, think about him, and just kind of re-intune myself, kind of try to reach out and reconnect that connection. Um, I would think that, depending on how much closer I've gotten with him, I would feel, more. I almost want to say like more charged with his holy fire.
Okay. Make a religion check.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll take that. And a religion. Okay, I don't get anything added to it, but I'll take a 15.
Okay. As you sit in your forge, you've got the nice glow from your, ever lit forge. It's not full lit and ready to go, but it's always constantly lit with a low low heat. And as you sit there and kind of stare into the kind of the depths of your forge there, you get a sense of peace about how you've been trying to reconnect with Moradin. You get a sense of that sense of knowing that a hammer strike is right, that it was just in the right place. You get that kind of like satisfaction and feeling coming back to you. And then it fades for a minute after you've been staring at it for a while, thinking about what what you're praying and thinking to Morden. So,
One day, Moradin, I'll be back in your good graces. Maybe a few more evil creatures dispatched, a few more friends saved. Nay. And I just walk out satisfied for the day.
okay. While you're doing that, is anyone else still like in the kitchen common area or anything?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
currently in the kitchen area, and I've just finished my meal, and I was going to just leave it. I was like, I've got to clean up, and so I'm going to go clean up my meal stuff, put it away as I'm kind of thinking, but I'll still be within earshot of anyone that's talking.
Okay. So you take
You guys hear Mrs. Reborn giggling over there? She is dying right now.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so you you hear a noise or kind of commotion coming down the hall from the entrance, and you see your crew, your construction crew, coming in for the day, heading down towards the end of your cavern that is still construction ongoing. Since they cleared the tunnel, they are returning to work on the remainder of the cave. And you see your foreman Kellen waves at you as you come by. He looks
Morning,
like he's
Kellen.
looking at his paper. He says, good morning, good sirs. He said, we're off to continue our work on the remainder of the cavern. But good luck with your endeavors today, and if you ever go down that tunnel, you guys be careful.
Oh, absolutely, we will.
Right, you are, Master. Right
We
you
are making adequate preparations for when we decide to make that journey.
Well,
Very good.
hopefully adequate preparations. You can never be sure when you don't know what you're getting into.
That is very true. We are attempting to make adequate
Oh, very
preparations.
good, very good.
We'll probably die.
Well,
Okay.
some of us will, most likely, yes.
He kind of just keeps walking down the hall as his crew is a little bit ahead of him now. So, as you are sitting there staring and watching him go, you hear from the entrance hallway again, coming out into the kitchen. As you all turn to watch them go, you hear this female voice say, "You guys act like you've never seen any construction crews before." And you turn and you see Nima standing there. And she's like,
Oh.
"What are you lot getting into today?"
Oh, Nima, how have you been? I believe we're going to do a little bit of shopping today.
Well,
Or we might go
good
to
to
the
do.
Underdark and defeat the evil
Yes.
that lives there. So
just
that as
defeat
well,
all
yes.
evil in the Underdark.
All of it, yes.
every
Yeah.
bit.
When
of
you
it.
set your sights
We
I
are
think
the
mostly
heroes of
for-
Huppadook.
I think mostly we'll burn through healing spells, picking the bark up off of the ground. But
That is true.
Sounds
Yes,
more
that
like
as
it.
well.
If,
Yes,
Well,
but yes.
don't mind me then. I'm just going to work in the shop there for a little bit. It's my day to do that. And she
Right.
looks at you, Rowan. Are you trying to get her attention?
Yes. Do you happen to have any more of those?
Those
devices we
explosive
talked
pellets. Do you have any? Do you have any of those explosive pellets? Sorry,
about?
I'll ask in a second.
Do you have any of the devices we had talked about? Working on?
She looks at you, Pete, and says, "No, I don't. But they aren't too terribly hard to whip up. And as for you," and she looks at you, Rowan, and she says, "I think that I may have a prototype ready soon. But it'll be a few days.
A few days.
Well,
What
I've had
needed
other
in
things that I've been
Underdark?
working on. It's been
Was-
there's been a busy time preparing for the caravan to arrive.
Completely understandable. We were just hoping to have possibly already gone to the Underdark, and this prototype might have
Well,
been
it's not
something that
going
could be
anywhere.
helpful. Okay. Yes, you're right.
She says, "But come see me in a couple days, and I see what I'll have for you."
Sounds good. Thank you, Nima.
She walks over, and you can tell she's kind of become a regular with the cooks as well, as she basically just reaches out without looking and is handed her coffee as she goes down the. She hollers behind you. "I'm glad you brought this coffee. It's a lot nicer to have it up here." And she
Yes,
continues
indeed
on.
it is.
So
She just makes herself right at home, huh? That's fine, I guess.
you hear as she goes, "It was my cave first."
You are right once again, Nima.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys are heading down to the city.
Yep.
To
Right.
the Underdark City. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, we're heading.
Wait, what? Where are you going,
To
Bart?
the Underdark.
And I grab Rowan's arm and spin him around, obviously heading out of the cave, not down towards.
Okay.
Take you down to the Underdark City. Where
I'm
the grass
kind of with
is
Rowan
dead,
on this one.
dark
I'm
is-
ready to
dark
fight.
is pretty.
wrong city just yet. There, Rowan.
All right.
Okay, and I want to find this bag vendor that I've been hearing so much about.
I think that was just rumored, and you
We've
heard it in
actually
your
only
sleep.
encountered the same people. I think it was a dream. All right. Rowan and I are a little too on the same page today. I might also find a wall.
I don't know. I heard rumors about an amazing bag vendor down here in the festival.
All right. So
Find
you
the
guys,
bag
so you all head down to the city.
Right.
And you arrive late morning, so the carnival is still there. Kind of, it's less a carnival or circus and more of a, like I said, like more like a craft fair almost, where these tinkerers and merchants and craft artisans have booths set up, and more than just selling their wares, they are actually making them while they're there as well. You've got tinkerers who are sitting among heaps of parts and tools, and they're in front of their carts, and they're just kind of like working on all sorts of little clockwork things. You do see the games scattered throughout that you played the previous day. You see some people showing off new inventions. You see again the vendors as well. Théoden, make a perception check.
Oh, come on, give me something to add to that. Perception, nothing, but I'll take a 19 instead.
Okay. All right. So on the outskirts of, you realize that the wagon train from Port Zune does actually have kind of a backside to it, because there are people on both sides of this, in the kind of large thoroughfare that is the middle of the road, in the section that they've all parked, and there's vendors on both sides. Or not vendors, but there are booths kind of on both sides. As you walk through, you do find a leatherworking merchant who is there, and he has different things made out of leather. You also see some interesting things that look like they have leather with like tools attached to them. In such a way that looks like, for easy access kind of thing. You kind of get the idea that maybe this is some sort of combination of like leatherworking and artificery kind of thing. You do see there are some bags there.
Fine, sir. Or ma'am. I'm not sure what you are yet.
The dwarf turns around.
Oh, even better.
And her illustrious beard
yes.
there, and she says, "Well, I am a ma'am. Can't you tell?"
Oh, I could tell
Do
by
you not
that
have-
finely attuned beard. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. She gives you a look, and she says, "What do you need?"
I'm not used to seeing such hardy folk around here. I'm used to dealing with the thin-framed little humans and such, and small little gnomes. And
You can keep talking, but you're just digging yourself in, fella.
Oh Lord, I do love the wit of a dwarven woman.
She sees you raising
Isn't
your
this
hand,
also
Rowan, and she says,
like an
"What can I do for you, young sir?"
This is more out of character, but I would hope that I'm close enough to kind of see this, and I would like to go ahead and test out this wand.
No, don't.
Okay, all right.
So,
it's
I'm
a save, isn't it?
I think it is.
I did not see it in inventory. What's it
It's
called?
the Wand of Smiles.
Wand of Smiles.
15 wisdom save, I might be incorrect.
What is it? A 15 wisdom save?
Let me double check, but I think so.
Let's see. I think I had it here too somewhere.
Okay, this time I did actually miss everything that's going on. My headphones kicked out that time. So I'm just going to roll with it at this point.
just
See.
clarifying. The
It's a
city
DC
we're
10.
currently in is a city of gnomes and dwarves, right?
Yeah, there
Mostly
hasn't been-
gnomes.
Yeah, I was just saying there hasn't been but a few dwarves we've run across.
Yeah, there are dwarves and such though.
We know what I have to roll.
It's a
let's
DC of
succeed
10?
at DC. Yeah.
It's a what?
A DC of 10.
Charisma.
It's a DC 10 charisma.
Yep.
Charisma? Oh. I was thinking
Okay,
wisdom.
what'd you roll, Theoden?
No, it's
I
a
rolled a 19, but I have a +2, so 21.
Okay, you're fine. So,
Stupid broken wall.
yeah.
Can he do like a Ronald Weasley and accidentally cast it back on himself
hey,
while he's like sitting there trying to figure out why it's not working?
Austin, roll a
I'm gonna
d20 too, because there's another thing that happens if you roll a 1.
Oh,
No, he
Austin
didn't
is
roll a
rolling?
1.
I know, but he's. Did he already roll for?
He rolled. Yeah. No. Theoden rolled.
No, but Austin has to roll since he used the 1, and if he rolls a 1, then that's an additional thing.
No, only if you spend the last charge.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
never mind.
he's only used 1 so far. So.
All right. As a dwarf, I know you just want to get down to business. I'm looking for a bag of holding, and I'm wondering if someone of your caliber might have, by chance, come across or crafted
She
bag
says,
of holding.
well, aren't we all, dearie? Aren't we all? Sadly, I
give
do
it a
not
wink.
have.
Wink.
Sadly, I don't have a bag of holding, but if you're looking for any kind of pouches or bags or anything, I'm the person to see about it.
All right. What about a bag to hold the large quantities of dirt in?
Why
Like
would
a
anyone
dirt
want to put
bag.
dirt in a bag?
Call it a dirt bag, yes.
Yeah, we usually call it a jace around here, but it's dirt bag.
It's
works,
not
same
true.
thing.
We call it a third, and
Smile some more with your wand there.
it's called
bud.
a third.
It's funny because we want a dirt bag, but it's also his nickname is dirt bag. It's coincidence.
Anyway.
I'd like
is
to
there a
imagine
way-
that Pete is a little offended that that's not his nickname.
Roll.
He's like, I love dirt.
Let's
I'm
see.
still trying to figure out this wand, so I also, as Jace is talking, try to hit him with it.
Okay.
Oh my
DC 10 charisma save.
God.
Jace.
It's not looking good for me.
It's not looking
That'd be
good.
a 6.
Yeah,
All right.
it works.
So, Jace is sitting there. He's got a little bit of a grin because he's been giving Theoden a hard time. But all of a sudden, his face
For
erupts
1 minute.
in this huge smile. And he can't stop smiling.
I think he's got the liking for you, Missy.
Jace, you can't stop smiling. You don't know what's going on.
What is happening to me?
Jay, smile if you like the dwarf.
Which one?
The girl one, hopefully. Good night. I don't know what's going on with this group I'm following around. Anyway, do you know of where I think our cleric has gone a little mentally unstable there. Stop smiling at me, Jace. It's creeping me out. Yeah. Somebody turn him around, make him look the other way. Do you know where, by chance, I could find a bag of holding, or would you be able to procure a bag of holding for us?
Roll a
Persuasion. Yes.
with disadvantage.
Oh. No, why do I only roll nat 20s when you tell me disadvantage? This is stupid. Okay, 14 plus 5. That's a 19. But I want my nat 20.
So she looks at you and she says, well, as far as finding one of those, it is an enchanted item, mind you. So you're not likely to find one of those among this group here. While we do have some items in our caravan that have some manner of enchantment, most of it is going to be more of the tinkering clockwork in nature. We are a group of builders and crafters and tinkerers, after all. I myself, besides this lovely array of bags and pouches,
Which
in
look
fact,
magnificent.
I have some that are, they have lots of little pouches. If you like those kind of things, but it's really more for the tinkerers and crafters here in Hupperduke. Is what I've kind of brought my wares for. So
Understood.
Do any of the bags have special abilities for these tinkers, or
well,
are they
there's-
just very well crafted?
Well, I do say so myself. They are very well crafted. She kind of strokes her long blonde beard, and she says, but there's a few. Now, mind you, this is more for people who delve into kind of the artificer side of tinkering and crafting, where they are able to incorporate tools into their leather armor or workings, if their aprons and such. It kind of becomes a part of them, as opposed to having to carry them around and just pull them out or have them stored somewhere. It's a lot easier to use when it's something you can just pull over your shoulder or out of a handy pocket or something. But there are some that are useful for holding small bits and bobs, small trinkets and gears and parts like that.
Could you, for instance, make like a bag that held like a hand crossbow, so that you could put your hand in there as though you were going to fire an arrow, and then throw the bag, have the arrow fire, and Lee, if this is possible, you could have an entirely new weapon.
I don't
I'm
really-
confused. And would I just be throwing the bag? Will the crossbow just be
Well,
to
it
weight
wasn't
the
the first
bag?
time we found a crossbow.
And
You
she
just
says-
threw it, so I
she
figure if
says,
you wanted a
"I
new
don't-
weapon, then maybe you could have it hidden at least.
I don't understand at all. Why would you do that
No
to a
one,
bag?
no one usually does. He says a lot of things that no one's able to understand.
I muttered myself in halfling.
And she says
Thurston's just
she understands you, Pete, and says she says, "Aye, laddie, I get it."
Hey, well, I appreciate your time, fair lady. I'm going to go ahead and take our poor cleric away before he's so smitten with you that he tries to marry you. Because I don't know why that
Jace, your
stupid
smile only
smile is
lasts.
still.
It only lasts a minute.
Ugh.
Yeah, I imagine it had faded.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Thurston, I have to ask you ask for a bag of holding quite often. Are you really crying out to be held? Is that?
Oh,
Do you
group
need
hug? Yes.
Thurston?
If you hug me, I'll smash you with my hammer.
Thurston, come, bring it in. Get in these
No,
arms.
Yeah.
no,
Thurston.
and I just
Thurston.
push my hammer out and keep him at bay. Just
And as he has his hammer pushed out, I grab him, I hug him from behind,
I
and
just
Roll-
take my shield.
okay.
I take my shield.
Hold
and
on, hold
push
on,
Jace
hold on.
off.
Theoden, roll a dexterity check
Oh, come on! Can it just be straight strength?
against Jace's and Rowan's dexterity checks.
Oh, if they're going for it, I'm going for it too.
Yeah, I was gonna go for it too.
It doesn't.
roll
It
a
doesn't matter.
dexterity check.
Let me show you guys what I rolled.
Nat
Roll
one.
a 1.
okay,
He
that's
just
good because
gets
let me show you what I
tackled.
rolled. You can't see because I don't have autofocus, but it's a 4.
You still beat
But I think
him.
it still beats your 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
mine's a
He
So-
really wanted this, guys. He just
Fair
tried to
enough.
fight it
No,
off.
Theoden, it's like Theoden tries to put his hands out, like to say no, but instead what happens is it opens him up for everyone to kind of reach
Yes.
around and like give him that hug, and like his arms kind of like accidentally go around one person over here and then another person over here, and it just looks like a big group hug.
How many people have I got to join in on this hug? Like,
Yeah, because I'm
bystanders,
motioning at the dwarf lady
Roll-
and like.
Rowan, roll a persuasion check.
I'm gonna sit in the middle of this with the most unhappy face you have ever seen.
Where's the one
Go
that
and cast that
smiles?
smile at him.
Cast smile again.
Yes.
23, and I'd like to go ahead and cast smile one more time for him to enjoy this.
I am gonna. I better roll high. I'm gonna get so mad if I don't.
You do need to roll a d20 after this with Rowan. But yeah, roll Theoden, roll a d20.
I got a 10.
Okay, you beat it.
I got 8 plus I have 2.
So Rowan, roll a d20.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, you're fine. It's still a wand of smiles. So, but it is out of charges for the day.
And I did roll like a 17 for
So,
that to see if the dwarf joined in as well.
So the dwarf woman, like, she kind of sees this and she says, "Oh well, I can't go without getting involved in here." And she's like obviously you guys are completely surrounded Theoden at this point. So she can't, but she like gets in there too. You feel like 2 or 3 other people from the area, like they're like, "Oh,
Bring it in, friends. Bring it in."
And then somebody
even know this guy.
And then somebody says,
"Haven't a clue."
And then like Theoden, you know, because you're short, right? So like you can't get away. Your arms are just up this way, and they're kind of like
We just barely see the hammer
the
swinging
hands.
above.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have his hammer in his hand right now, unless he's taking it out.
I took my hammer out to try to use it to push Rowan off.
Okay.
Apparently, I just
But
missed.
so, Reborn, you do feel in your offhand, which is not carrying a shield.
Nope.
You feel the handle of a mug.
Oh.
And so, someone says, "Ah," you know, like, and so everyone breaks apart, and Theoden's got a big mug, and you see there, Dallin Forest Ward, of Forest Ward's Ale House, saying, "Oh," he said, "it's good to see such camaraderie in the morning." And he's
does
giving
camaraderie
you,
mean free ale?
well, for another one for today at least.
And then, like, the wand works because
then
he's
I
got
run
this
up-
biggest smile on his
Yeah,
face. So I'm
yes.
thinking the wand works.
I
now.
run up and just grab what was his name again? I forget.
Dallin.
Dallin.
Yeah.
And I give him a big hug.
And he says, "Oh."
And
He says,
seeing
"Of
this, I
course,
think
of
that
course."
mine and Rowan's group hug works. So I go and I put my hand on Rowan. I'm like, "We did a good thing today."
We did. Yes, we did. So you're absolutely right.
It's probably a good thing you didn't give me the dwarven thrower because I would have thrown it at Jace at that one.
Perfect.
Okay.
And you see, you know, as he continues, you know, his big hearty laugh, Dallin wanders off, and he's got like a tray of several, and he's just walking through and occasionally handing one to somebody.
Hey, did you guys not get any? Hey,
No,
Not unless you share.
No,
I don't
it's
expect that.
it's much fine.
that's for you.
I like to start my day and end my day with coffee.
okay, Pete. Here, you can have the rest. As I've already drunk half of it, I'll give him the other half.
Thank you.
Hey. All right. No more hugging. The next time one of you comes at me, I'm taking out your kneecaps.
Reverse psychology.
All right, and I give him a wink.
Yeah, we know you're a hugger, Theoden.
Maybe it
so-
wasn't the female dwarf he was after all along. Why are you winking at me, Jess?
So as you all continue to walk, and everyone's giving Theoden a hard time for this group hug.
I wear one pink hat, and now everybody thinks you want to be hugged all the time.
Sure, you still have that
Theoden,
pink
is it,
hat on.
are you
course
wanting
you
another?
do.
Oh, of course I do.
Are you wanting another Theoden?
I always
that-
have
He
my hat
is.
on.
And I kind of try to chase after him, like I'm trying to give him another hug as we head to the next area.
Oh, Lord.
Do you don't mind if I can all go back to the weapons shop, keep it real quick. I might have a deal if I can. I've got an
Aye.
idea.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
Yes,
for sure.
yes, for sure.
So I don't have his
I'll
name.
follow you
that I
boys
wrote
wherever you
down.
want
So
to
you
go.
head back to the weapons vendor.
I think I have him.
But I know there's a
His
human
name is-
with a bright yellow and green and red shirt.
That's right. And his name is Rake.
Right.
Raik.
Marcoot, right?
Pete,
Mark.
I believe
yeah.
his name was
Markle.
Rake.
Yeah.
Do you wonder? Do you think he sells rakes?
No,
That
no,
could be
no.
That's not what I'm here for.
He
but that
sold
would
a
be
mace, and he made me shield too.
great. Yeah. So, good morning, Rick. How are you doing today?
Oh,
going through?
doing fine, good sirs. How are you today?
So I'm doing all right. Listen, I bought this mace from you for about 475 gold yesterday. Practiced with it overnight. Realized I'm absolute garbage with mace. I can't use it very well. So I was wondering, did you enchant this yourself?
No, young sir, I did not.
Do you happen to know anyone that might be able to enchanting the weapon to be, like this?
Oh, I'm afraid I do, but they're back in Port Zoom. But I'd be happy to take it back off your hands, if you will,
Well, I think
for a small restocking fee, of course.
Maybe he's got one that you could swap out for their druid and
Oh,
be
here's
more
the-
up your alley.
You'll help.
Yeah.
Everyone here kind of helped me buy this, so I don't exactly want to get rid of it and pay more money that I don't have. But I was hoping
Well,
that, if he
listen.
was able to enchant it, I was going to see if he could enchant my current sword. But
Well,
seeing
he's
as my
got
current
those
sword
curved blades back there. See if you've
Oh,
got
yeah,
one
but
that
it's-
might be up your alley.
it's just more of what I've already got. Like, you don't have any, enchanted scimitars, perchance, do you? I didn't think you
No,
did.
lad, I don't. I am sorry, but
That's all right.
I think you all went through most of my wares yesterday, and well, I do have a lot of fine weapons. I think you all looked at the ones that were magical in nature already. However, if you were needing a good sword, I could craft you one.
You mean just craft one? You could just.
Well, it wouldn't have the enchantment. You'd have to find someone to do that yourself. But if you're needing something something different than what you have at the moment.
No. So the thing with this is like the weapon I purchased from you, I can tell it's magically imbued. My current weapon is magically imbued, so I think I'll hold on to it for now. I just wanted to see if you could do it. But thank you very much.
I understand, but unfortunately, I cannot help you in this.
Well, if you happen to come through Haberduke again next time with a magically imbued scimitar,
Magic
You let me know.
scimitar? All right, I'll keep an eye out.
thanks, Rick.
Anything else
And
I can
will-
do
will-
for you lads?
Rick, you ever thought about selling rakes?
Oh Lord.
Well, there's quite a market for it. Yes,
Well, not in a port
to follow
city.
the year.
Rakes.
Yeah. It has a
Nice.
ring to it. Can
I
see it
think
already.
not.
Well, perhaps consider it.
Thurden just shakes his head and walks off. Hey.
Okay.
Nope, see it. Thank you, Rick.
All right.
Where'd you know? Anyone needing anything from
The
anyone else?
Underdark?
Hey,
Aye.
think we're ready?
I mean,
I
I
we're
mean,
never
we're
ready.
as ready as we're going to be.
We're never
Did
ready
we,
for the creepy crawlies, but let's go crush something.
Well, hold on. Did Wiltic say how long it would take him to make more of the dark vision goggles?
He said you'd have to ask him to, and then we didn't ask him to. He said it'd take a week.
I thought we did ask him to.
We
I
just
thought we
asked
did
him if
too.
he could. You got the money to commission a
Well-
set?
Maybe it could come out of our pay for.
I mean, I would buy them if I would commission them. But yes, a week is some time. I don't imagine we're wanting to wait that long before.
Hey, let's go see what we
venturing
can
out.
dig up in the beginning. And if we get too down there and we have to backtrack because he needs to see, we'll just come back and reset.
I mean, I can put out the light, but yes, we will not be very sneaky. But that's not exactly our strong suit anyway.
I was gonna say I'm not very sneaky even if the lights are
As I
out.
say, even if they don't see you, they're gonna hear you.
I
Smell it,
me too.
Uh,
I
As
took the
there's-
bath.
Yes.
as they're
When-
bantering, I'm gonna kind of
couple
look
months
around.
ago.
So,
Okay.
is there anything that like catches my eye? Is there anything that I'm like, ooh, I might want to go check that out at this carnival?
Roll a perception check.
23,
Okay.
not natural.
You find, I mean, like I said, there's all sorts of mechanical constructs that are on display. Some you have, most you have no idea what they do. But you see some that are similar in nature to the kind of like little walking things that wind up. You see some that You see, the kind of the timepieces of some kind, like a watch or bigger clocks. You see nothing that catches your eye as far as like magical in nature. You found, I believe, many of the things that were magical previously. I think. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you got most items of the items that were presented last time. So, nothing really stands out. You do remember, with that roll, you remember there was still, I believe that clockwork amulet was still for sale.
No, Pete got it, I thought.
I think I did.
Yeah, with his big.
Okay. Oh, that was the one you got. Okay.
Yeah, about the Orb of Time, Clockwork Amulet,
And the
Mace,
I,
and the
I
Bag
forgot
of
you got.
Beans.
I forgot that you got the clockwork amulet.
I think the potion person was the only person who didn't buy everything out. Oh, and then actually, Rowan, you were thinking of the bard stuff. There was the
I
loot.
decided against it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bard stuff.
Other than that, I think you bought everything else.
There's not like maybe like an eccentric crafter or tinkerer sorts that maybe a lot of people are somewhat avoiding because his items might be a little bit on the crazier side of things. Assuming.
Make an investigation check.
Politics.
That's not good. That's an 8.
Okay. You don't really see any like that. The closest you probably see is Wiltix. There's the person who had the mechanical goods. He's the only one that has items that you guys had been interested in previously.
While he's
think
looking
I-
around. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was just gonna kind of join back into the conversation.
While he was looking around, can I find? Is there like a maybe like a cape or a cloak merchant?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely merchants out that are selling wares that aren't necessarily part of the caravan itself. And easily enough, you can find some general clothing goods being sold at stalls.
I'm looking for maybe like a vibrant purple cape.
Okay. So you don't. Let's see. Roll an investigation check.
Investigation, my strong suit.
Is
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, is there someone doing portraits, paintings, like that I can pay and have commissioned of a nice, really good regal portrait to put in my room of myself?
Yeah.
Of yourself.
Lovely. Yeah.
I'll let you roll another investigation check for that. What was yours, Thaden?
I rolled a 13.
Okay. You do find a vendor. However, the purple cloak that you found is a little darker and less vibrant.
Do you have any vibrant colored cloaks?
They have a blue cloak and a red one. But those are the two they have.
Is it a dark
know,
blue
it's-
or a light blue?
They have a lot of others that are darker colors. They've got like a dark green. They've got a dark, browns and grays.
Is it a bright blue?
It's a pretty bright blue. So
Okay. Can I purchase said bright blue cloak,
sure,
cape, whatever?
sure. Easy enough. You're able to get it for 10 gold.
Done.
I rolled a 12 for my investigation of someone to
Okay.
commission a nice.
So you see someone who is over in kind of the corner of one of the areas that everyone has set up these booths and stuff, and you see that he does have some sort of easel and is going along. But you don't approach from behind him, so you don't really know what he's doing. Do you want to talk to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
And it's this tall, slender human. He's, yes.
I was wondering, do you do portraits? Am I able to commission maybe a painting of myself? I'd love to be able to hang it, display it,
Portraits.
as the heroes of Hupperduke.
Do I do portraits?
Yes, that's what I asked.
Do you not know who I am?
You are... Nope, I don't. I was going to guess. I was going to completely try to guess a name there and realized yes, I don't know who you are. But I feel like I should. Do you know who I am?
I don't care.
I'm the hero of Hubbard. One of the heroes of Hupperduke. This carnival would not be possible without me.
This carnival would
My-
be possible because it's not from this accursed place.
There wouldn't be a place for this to go to.
This guy reminds me of like an evil Rowan.
He's like,
Yes.
look, since you don't know who I am and I don't care who you are, then I guess we don't have anything else to talk about.
He's kind of stuck
Are
on
you-
himself.
Are you not able to paint portraits?
Oh, I am able to paint portraits, but the question is, why would I paint portraits?
To capture in essence the glory and honor that is one of the heroes of Hupperduke. For it to live on.
Speaking of these heroes of Hupperduke, but, I mean, it's Hupperduke. He says,
Are
"Look,
you-
mostly, I can capture an essence in something without lowering myself to the base art form of portraits.
I would like to move around and behind him and
It's-
try to stealthily see what he's drawing.
It's the fingers, isn't it? It's really difficult to do the fingers. That's what I've seen. That's one thing where you
Do
stay
you
away
know
from
about
painting.
art? You don't draw
painting the
fingers in a
finger.
portrait.
It's the eyes. It's so hard to capture the eyes.
Are,
get
are we
the
over
eyes the
there at
same.
this moment?
Yeah. Am I able to kind of
it's
sneak
okay.
behind and
You're
see what
walking
he's
into-
drawing?
It is okay if you
No,
have never been able
roll-
to master the art of
Roll a
portraits.
stealth check.
At this moment, I
I'm
whisper.
gonna
I whisper
do
to third
the
in.
ring. Oh my gosh, y'all! I rolled 2 nat ones in a row.
Oh my
So-
goodness!
Please kick
Lee
over the
is
easel.
trying to sneak, kind of like, and he has like, it's like a booth, like a stall, right? So like, there's not really a good angle to see what he's painting on the easel at the moment. And you see other easels that are behind him that have some canvases on them, but they're all covered. And so you can't see them. So as you try to sneak around him, Lee trips and
No.
and crashes into the back of the booth, and this human whips around. You there? What are you doing?
Falling?
Whoever heard of an elf falling? Ridiculous.
You
Get
ever
out of
met
my
this
booth.
elf?
Yes.
I would like to stand
So
up.
the same.
Am I kind of like in behind him right now?
No, you like
No.
tripped and like bounced off of the booth, and you're still
Okay.
outside of it. So
So, what do you paint?
I paint.
Yes.
How can one explain artistry?
Oh, Lord.
By showing it. That's what art is That's how you
Showing is so.
explain.
Showing does not explain art. One has to know art.
I lean over to Thurden and I go, I bet it's a bunch of stick figures.
Yeah, I lean over to Thurden and I whisper,
He didn't hear that.
You're very good at hitting chairs. Have you ever tried to hit a painting?
I think I could hit it, and I think you're right.
He says,
I think you're
He
right there.
might improve
Look.
it.
"My name is Newman Derain."
Newman Derain.
Yes.
Deranged? You're
You may now
deranged?
be impressed.
That makes sense, actually. It actually
Never heard of
clears
you.
up a lot.
You're deranged. That's what I'm confused.
Derain.
Deranged.
Dwarves have no sense of art either.
I mean, you're talking with the bard. I'm pretty sure at this point you've gone longer than most people. You must be deranged.
Well, I can't
Did I-
disagree with you there, good dwarf.
Did I happen to damage anything when I fell into the booth?
You kind of like knocked over a stack of like blank canvases and like extra easels, and you totally spilled this like yellow and green paint all over the right side of your, cloak.
Oh.
See, can I use mending to like get rid of the paint?
Mending is usually for a very small area. It's
say it'd be
still
like
wet. I mean, like you could
prestidigitation would
probably
be.
try to get it off of you, but He says, "Listen,
Yes. Newman.
I don't.
So
Newman.
buttered.
If you really want to commission a piece from a master such as myself, then you don't ask for what kind of art you will get.
Lord.
You simply support the arts. You can be a patron of the arts.
You have all of your art
So-
covered.
I pull
Well,
out
you are
one
not my
silver.
patrons. These are all for patrons who have already paid me.
I pull out one silver, and I put it on the table. I say, "Here, hopefully you'll be able to buy yourself something with some food or something with this," and kind of try to usher everybody away from him.
He says, "What is that? Pendant. Get it away from me."
That's a silver piece.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
He's never
10
seen
copper.
anything of this high value.
Yeah,
I don't need your money, sir.
I can respect that. Trying to maintain some dignity, but there's no need for that, right?
Roll a perception check, Lee.
Oh, that is way out of the dice roller thing. I don't have advantage. That was 8.
Okay. You see Newman, and he has decently nice clothing. You do see a gold chain peeking out from under his tunic a little bit. But he's got kind of like one of those like smocks on. It is covered in a glorious amount of different colors of paint. And he's sitting there, again, facing away from you. And he's... Listen. You, half-elf, who are you? Self-proclaimed hero of this
No, it's.
godforsaken town.
I know it's difficult. It's Heroes of Hupperduke. It's
You keep
okay.
saying that like it means something.
But I mean, for most folk, it means something. But the unintelligent, it
Well,
doesn't. I apologize.
For the unintelligent, it must mean something. I see. Listen.
Can
if
I
you want
hit
to
this
become
guy?
a patron, if you want
For
to become a
once, I
patron
will
of the
support you in
arts,
this, Thurden.
Listen here. If you accost me, I will call the guard and the Zalizo.
A cost? I'm not going to cost you anything, except maybe a trip to the infirmary.
What did you miss about the heroes of Huppaduke? The gods
Again,
know
why
us.
would
We save them.
heroes accost someone? That's very
Because
Who
you're
is that?
being a...
This guy's trying to
Rude
cost
person.
us. Why? We're not costing him anything.
I don't have to put
Alright,
up with
so-
this.
Someone
takes a
explain that
step
to
back.
Dead later.
And he like reaches up and he pulls this little golden cord and the little like booth around him goes and just like closes in front of you.
Hey, Rowan, I think that was your brother.
Newman.
Is he a mailman back there?
You hear muffled behind this thick curtain. Oh, away from my booth.
Well, friends, I did not like him one bit.
I'm actually
Hi.
fancying you more and more, Jace, because you weren't him.
He was pretty rude, but you've got to admit, y'all were kind of rude too. Not gonna lie.
I was
Whose side
only
are you
rude
on?
when he was
Pete-
rude to Rowan.
Listen, if you
Yes, I
I
can't stand people who are all high and mighty like that. I grew up with people like that.
No, I understand.
It's very frustrating.
But again, at the same time, if we are going to call ourselves the heroes of Huppaduke, we can't really be, bullying people that are even buttholes. You know.
Hey, now
All right, we'll change the name.
Hey, I know what I just found. I found your dirt bag.
Yeah. All right, you know what? They might be a better description of dirtbag.
Hey,
Anywho,
did you want to get your picture painted by your best friend, Rowan?
I'd like to actually maybe hire a professional.
nah, all right.
Are you still standing around?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we're still
Talk to
supposed
us
hold
to.
on,
loudly.
hold on 1 second, Rowan. Stand right where you are. Strike a pose, and I'm gonna go ahead and get parchment and my ink and quill out. And I'm gonna try my hand at doing a, because I'm good with the, yeah, I'm good with a pen.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use ink and quill because I don't have any.
All right.
I
Roll a
have chalk, but I
performance
assume
check.
that it's white chalk.
Roll a performance check.
You sure it's not
with
like dexterity?
disadvantage because you are you're standing here. Okay.
I was
say
gonna
that
get it. I was
it's-
gonna lay it on the ground and like kind of sit on the ground and do it
Okay. In the road.
Yeah, into
Yeah.
the cobblestone. Yeah.
into the cobblestone. Or no, I was gonna do it on parchment, but I was gonna be sitting on the with it on the ground.
I'll let you do dexterity, but it's gonna
Okay.
be disadvantage.
That's
this awkward-
understandable.
Awkward angle of trying to attempt this art.
That's understandable. All right. That's not
Actually,
I got a
that
14.
parchment.
Okay. So you know what, like, as an elf, you explore many different talents, and you think you're okay at at this. Rowan, when he, it takes you about 15 minutes, and Rowan, you're still standing there, and he says,
Giving him my
Here.
good side, right? Like it's like a.
So
over
he
the
he
shoulder,
presents it to you, and
leg
it's
up.
not a bad likeness, but it's definitely, you can tell it's definitely a rough sketch. So
I'll take
I
it.
mean, but it's not bad. It's not like, it's proportionally correct and everything.
I'll take it.
I do think it would come out better if you would
He has-
had a
he
better
has
vessel
your-
to place it on, like the
he
side of
has
his
your-
tent.
He has your weapons, and your everything kind of in the right place.
Okay.
So it looks like a quick pencil sketch, basically, or a pen sketch.
Aren't you glad you didn't pay this hack just a couple gold to do the same thing?
Yeah, that's what we call real art. Say that.
Wow.
I'm regretting now. I
beautiful.
should have
There's
reached
not-
into the and past the whatever he's covering the tent with or booth with, and try to grab his the thing, what are those called?
A
Little
canvas?
tripod things. the
Alex.
canvas and the stand for it. Try to like reach in there and grab and pull it out, but I didn't do it. It's too late.
We should do it on the side of his curtain. It'll make it look so much better. We'll call it graffiti, I think is a good word for it.
Wow, there's no better artist in all of this carnival. This is beautiful. I'm talking as loud as I can for Newman to hear. Absolutely.
I'm gonna do an insight
Wonderful.
check real quick.
Okay.
It's a 12 plus 2. Oh, it's 14. So I'm pretty sure I know he's not. He's trying to upset Newman, and he's not being.
Okay. all
Yeah.
right.
I'm not saying they're like, oh, I'm such a good artist.
It's like,
I haven't
maybe
seen
I am
any
the
better
best.
art at this carnival because no one's shown any art. They keep it all under their whatever he covered his paintings with, canvas, tarp.
They keep it all under wraps.
Wow, this artist is actually proud of his art and is willing to show it. Fantastic.
We're just standing around talking crap.
Standing outside his tent taunting
His
him.
booth. You hear no response.
I sign it and slide it under the booth. So that
Perfect.
Something to remember me by.
All right, well done, Rowan.
Excellent. Well, that was fun.
let's get out of here. I've found my nemesis.
Has it been 30 minutes since
Yes.
I had me cup of ale? I'm gonna need something.
And
All right. So as you continue to wander, let's take a quick break.
All right. that later.
All right, we are back. Thank you. Had to take a quick break, but let us continue with our adventure. So, heroes, you have wandered through. Is there anything else you'd like to do in the town or in the carnival proper?
I think I'm ready. I think I'm
Yep.
ready to
I
go
think I'm-
smash some people's heads in the Underdark.
Indeed.
Yep.
That's
Me as well.
Real
Okay,
quick,
so
before
it's
we do that, did
about-
anyone officially ask Wiltix to make you some of the dark vision goggles?
Weak.
yes, that would probably be a good idea. It sounds like we will not have them today, but you know,
Maybe put them in the.
probably be
in
nice
the-
to go and have them on hand.
That would save me a spell slot.
It would indeed, yes, I agree.
In a week.
I mean,
Oh. It's better
I
than
plan
going the
on-
rest of our adventures without them.
yes, I agree. Yeah, so can we swing by and sing Wiltix real quick?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, Wiltix friend, I did want to put in a commission with you real quick.
Oh yes, how are you doing? How are you doing, lads?
Excellent. How quickly
Just
could you knock
barges
out a
in
pair
and
of
just
these?
immediately starts talking business.
has-
This is a close friend,
I mean,
Jace.
he has a,
Well, it
a
is.
booth out here in the.
It is.
Oh, booth.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, see, and I don't want to take up too much of his time. I know he has customers that are just dying to
You
get in
see,
here and buy his.
there's no one
amazing
else here.
wares.
You do. You do see
That
there
line
are
out
other-
there, they're all here for Wiltix.
Yeah, you do.
Everyone
see there
here
are
is here for
people
Wiltix.
milling about. There is his two apprentices. The one that you always see in the front with him, and then the one that's kind of in the back of the booth, in the shadows, that usually has its cloak on. They're all just moving around stuff, getting things, and then helping customers.
How's
you see-
business fare, Wiltix?
Wiltix looks at you, Theoden, and says, Master Theoden, it's been good. It's been good. I've sold out of many of my smaller trinkets, which has been fantastic. And yes, it's been fabulous to walk through the caravan and see all of the interesting new things from our friends in Port Zoon.
Yes.
Did you see my
Excellent.
shield?
There's been some mighty.
He looks closely, and you see this little kind of like thing come forward over it, and it has like those little eyeglass things that's like dink dink dink, kind of thing.
Yeah,
And he, like,
the Spy Kids glass.
yeah, absolutely. It kind of comes out and it's like ding ding ding. It's the Benjamin Franklin glasses from National Treasure. Where it's like comes in. It's like the
Way to
different panes
one up
of-
my references.
I did. That's right.
What are you, the DM?
You think? And it's but yeah, it comes out and there's like little different colored glasses. He's like, oh, that is Theoden. That is a very nice shield there, sir. It's got some interesting looking enchantments on it as well.
I believe it was a gift blessed by Morden himself. It seems like.
Oh, it's got if I'm not mistaken, it looks like it has the crest in the middle there is of adamantium
That it is.
or adamantine.
It is.
Oh, that's a very good quality item there, Theoden. Take good care of it. Make sure that
I shall. It shall be swung in defense of the friends here.
well,
So it should be
I have no
put
doubt.
well to use.
I have no doubt.
But I think Jace wanted something. But
Oh,
I
yes,
just wanted to
Jace,
catch up.
Absolutely. What you were wanting some?
Dark vision goggles.
Yes, absolutely.
How quickly could you knock out an extra pair of those?
Normally a little faster, but because of the carnival here from the coast, it would probably be about 5 days.
And that's to be expected. I believe we have another way to deal with that particular problem for the time being, but it would definitely be handy to have. So I'm willing to go ahead and pay you to make it at your convenience. But yeah, I'd love to have an extra pair of those. on hand.
Okay. Well, let's see. Just if you want to commission it, if you will, here, then I can
Yes.
definitely get started on it, and I won't charge you any kind of upfront fee at the moment, and we'll square
Understood,
it off
yes.
with the normal Heroes of Hubbardoo discount once I'm finished.
Excellent, yes. And that was my hope. Then, yes, well, I look forward to getting them, and I know they'll be excellent when they're crafted by yourself.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. Is there anything else, my dear friends?
Not unless you
That
can
is-
craft magically imbued weapons like this mace here.
Oh, I myself am not an enchanter, but I do dabble in the arcane, and then I'm more than happy to help you identify or inspect any magical items you get. But myself, I have to hire out for that.
I think I'd asked you about it before, but it's no big deal. Figure it out. later.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, we're
Um,
going into the Underdark.
And he kind of like looks around and says, "Shh, not so loud."
Oh, what do you think of me awesome cape? And I swish my blue cape around. Goes
Well, I
good
do
with
like
my
it very
hat.
much. It does. I do like the blue and the pink together. They look fantastic.
That they do.
You could use some fancy embroidering on that and put some pink and some other colors, and it would tie it all together very nicely.
Hey, you are a man with an eye, Wiltix. I knew I liked something
Well,
about
you
you.
He certainly is a colorful dwarf, and we just made his day earlier with a group hug. You should have been there. You should have joined in. It was excellent.
Well, that sounds fantastic there, then.
Your kneecaps will be gone, Jace. Keep up the
Would
mouth.
you like another with Wiltix here?
All right, I walk out.
Wiltix is like, I'm a little busy, but another time.
All right, we'll take you up on that.
As we walk out, I start to loudly talk about all the amazing things that Wiltix has made and purchased, and talking about how he's quickly selling out. And man, if you are interested in just kind of talking loudly to the group to see if I
Sure.
can cause some commotion and some customers,
Make a
loud enough
performance
also for
check.
Wiltix to hear gladly. Performance
You
is
haven't
my
had one
forte.
of those yet.
That would be 16 plus 7 is 23.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People start taking notice. They start looking over in Wiltix's direction. You see 2 or 3 actually kind of hurry over there, like, "Oh, I need to check this out."
And I kind of
100%.
like look back and give Wiltix a wink, like he probably knows I was doing it to try to bring in more business and help him out.
He gives you that nod from across the way, you know. So. All right. So where are you guys headed next? Headed back to the Heroes Haven.
Haven.
Heroes Haven.
All right.
Yep.
So you are
The haven of heroes of Hupperduke.
you are set and with the intent of going down to the Underdark.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Being warned.
So as you make your way to the edge of town,
We level
And-
up 3 times.
Excellent.
but as
Oh
you're
no!
as you're going towards the as you're exiting the town, the gates are open. It's the middle of the day. You hear a wait.
Do we stop, I guess?
Yes.
Is it
I'm kind of like slowing down, kind of trying to figure out who's saying "wait" to us
Okay.
in such a high-pitched voice.
Make a perception check.
13.
Okay. It doesn't take you but a moment, and you realize that you see what looks like Wiltix's second apprentice, the one in the cloak, hurrying up to try to catch up with you. You can't really see much of their features. The cloak covers most of them. They have their hood up. But they're hurrying up the path. You're only 100 meters out of the gate or so, and they see them kind of running up, and they're carrying a bundle with them. And they kind of get closer to you, and they're like, wait.
Yes. Well, what can we do for you? I didn't catch your name. I'm sorry.
For you, I have. And he pulls his hood back, and you see Scrit.
No, why would you do this?
And he says, "For you,
Scrit.
for you heroes, I
And
have
I
a
attack.
gift. I have a gift." And he holds something out to you, Theoden.
And I take it.
And you
What do I see?
do you unwrap it?
Excuse
I
me.
unwrap it.
And you see a bag of holding.
Oh.
He says,
One thing.
"I make for you."
You
I have
made this
so
for
many
us,
questions.
I've been studying. I've been studying with Master Wiltix.
Now I have to like this guy. This is what's
And we
frustrating.
didn't never know
I've-
he was there.
So many questions.
This is amazing. I hug him.
There's no way Theoden
I
doesn't
hug
give
him.
Scrit a big hug at this
He's
point.
like, "Oh,
I'm
oh."
not giving him a hug.
I also give him a hug. Yeah.
We were
I give him a
so
hug.
worried about you, Scrit.
Oh, the heroes are so nice.
I have so many questions still.
Oh, well, yes, questions. I can answer a few, but I do have to go back to Master Wiltix.
Yes, of course. I suppose we can catch up later. We're in a bit of a hurry as well, but it is so good to see that you're all right.
Oh, yes, thank you. Heroes saved me. So, Master Wiltix, find me, and start teaching me.
Well, that is a very useful skills he's taught you, so.
Yeah. Somebody
Absolutely.
make another perception check.
I'll do
I
it.
am.
Okay.
I am
Oh.
shocked. I am shocked.
17.
That'd be
Okay.
22.
Okay, so you see now as he's got his hood pulled back and the cloak is open a little bit, you do see that he has on some kind of nicer leathers, if you will. Now that you're looking, you're able to see a little bit of the tail poking out from under his long cloak. As kobolds aren't normally welcome in most civilized towns, he's been keeping a low profile. But you do see that he seems a little bit more together and with it, and has a keener sense about him, if you will. So
But you've been there several times when we've come to see Wiltix. Why didn't you say something before?
oh, well, yes, Master Wiltix, he told me not to bother you. That when I had gotten a little better, then maybe I could make
I see.
something for your
Yes.
appreciation.
Well, this is quite the way of showing it, yes. I believe you might even have won over Theoden's stone heart.
I have
It's,
I have
it's
a tear.
good.
Just Scrit. I'm just so happy.
Oh,
Me
yes,
too.
thank you. It's good to finally talk to you again, but I must go. But I will be around. I will see you then.
Of course, yes. We will probably be back.
Okay. Heroes, be safe.
You as well,
You be
Scrit.
It's not usually our style.
And he kind of. And so he turns around and
Well, friends.
gets to the gate and looks back and kind of waves. Turns back and goes into the town. He pulls his hood back up and kind of goes back into the town.
I don't stop watching him until he's completely out of sight. I'm just Scrit.
Friends, it has been a weird day.
Let's go into the dark.
Theoden, you now have a bag of holding.
Yeah, I went ahead and added it.
It is
He's been
a
waiting
great day
add
to
it for a while.
die. Let's go.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Script.
So
Always a pleasure. I'm so glad to know he's alive.
A pleasure. Yeah, that's the way I'd say it too.
Hey,
You know,
how
out of
do you feel
everyone,
about-
for him to give a gift to,
Yeah, Theoden,
it was odd. Perhaps he likes them because they're like the same size. Yeah.
Watch your mouth, cleric.
You can look at my eye to eye.
they might have matching cloaks.
Oh, that would be cool.
No, my cloak is way better.
They're like
Are we gonna
twinsies.
go do something or no?
Yes, I suppose we will.
Stand around
And,
gabbing
yeah, I
like,
guess at this point we walk that way.
like a bunch of bards.
Walk this way.
Yes, at this point, I think if we keep these hugs up, they're going to
There-
start calling us the huggers of Hubbarduke instead of the heroes.
Theoden,
The hugging heroes.
huggers of
Upper
Upper
Dukes.
Duke.
Hey,
roll an investigation check.
Oh,
Heroic huggers.
oh, go ahead and say it. Tell me I have disadvantage. Because that's the only time I ever roll these nat 20s.
Natural 20. Okay. So you look at this bag of holding, and it's not the most beautiful bag of holding you've ever seen, but it looks well made, functional. And as you kind of unwrap it and kind of like, you know, it's kind of bundled together, and you kind of like take the strings off, and it kind of like unfurls a little bit to be its full shape. You see this small piece of parchment that kind of floats down, and you reach out and you snatch it before it hits the ground with your natural 20, you know. And you look on it, and it says, "Look for the Kobold City. Your friend, Skrit."
what's that you got there,
That's
Theoden?
so unique.
I said I was his favorite in the group.
I don't
Yes,
believe
but
that
I-
for a second.
Insight.
And I stick it in my pocket.
Dirty 20 insight.
Okay, roll a deception check.
I got a 20, but it's a dirty 20.
Okay,
'Cause I got a
well,
+2.
he also got a 20, so he does at least sense that you are not telling the whole truth.
I'm gonna keep it to I'm gonna not push. I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Okay. Okay.
All right,
So you
well,
continue on
let's
towards
make
the
our
Hero's
way to the
Haven?
darkness.
We head back?
I'm just gonna start putting all the stuff in the bag of holding. The shovel, the crowbar, the block and tackle, the climber.
Did you
I don't
check
let
it
him
and see if
any
maybe you
of
put
that
something
stuff
in it?
there. Well, you'd have to know what's in there because you have to think about it to draw it out.
Well, there's other ways to find things in there.
And we could dump it.
You could dump it.
We'll dump it when we get back.
Dump it, dump it.
I'm not gonna dump it up here.
On this mountain path.
I just keep patting the bag of holding. Just like,
Perfect.
So I think get back, take a long rest, then head out.
Jeff.
Did you get it off?
Yeah.
Did it not break? Oh, okay.
No.
All right. So you head back.
Nice.
You get to the Hero's Haven and start packing, trying to convince Theoden to let you pack in the bag of holding.
Yes.
Come on. I really think Chewie can ride in there.
Oh, he may not come out.
I don't know if that's a good idea. There's at least air in your pocket, isn't there, Jace?
But he's got a
That's true.
special
Yes.
pocket
He
book.
does like air. All right, never mind. He can stay in my cloak.
Listen. If you should choose to leave Chewie at home, there may be a way that I could bring like an entire plant back in your pockets. Something from the Underdark that maybe help us later.
Chewie goes with me.
He'll be safe here. We know for sure.
Well, we don't know that. I prefer for him to be with. He's been with me.
I understand.
You know,
I understand.
always. So he'll accompany us, and he'll jump into the cloak when if anything happens. And if we find anything, maybe you can put it in the bag of holding. Yes. No, your plants need air, don't they? Yeah, that's probably not good.
Seeds don't necessarily need air.
That's true. Maybe we can get some seeds.
All right. I guess we're all gonna go pack.
All right. Is Nima here?
You're able to find her. She's in the workroom. Do we need to see the map?
With the map of the most wonderful place ever,
It's true. The Heroes Haven map.
the Heroes
Yes.
Haven.
Let's get the Heroes Haven map out. Let's see.
While we're packing, I'm gonna go find Lee. By the way,
Okay. And I want to go see Nima before we head out. No,
Okay.
Stretches,
Yeah, easy
Nima,
enough.
I have a very important favor to ask of you.
Okay. She says, "Yes. What can I do for you?"
We are about to venture into a pretty dangerous place, and I would like for Chewie to remain here. Could I entrust him into your care?
And she looks down and she sees Chewie there, kind of, around your legs, and she says, "Oh yes, absolutely, dear. You can leave him here, and I can check it. If you want to leave him here in the cavern, or do you want me to take him to my house?"
I would like for you to keep him, at least until I get back.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I can do it, but I do have work sometimes that I have to attend to. If you would like, how comfortable is he around your guards and the cooks and the people here in the Haven?
Yes. If you could, just check on him daily and make sure he's got plenty of
Absolutely.
food.
I can definitely do that. I will
He
be
really likes
here.
the steaks that the cooks have. He likes them raw.
All right. Well, I'll make sure that they take good care of him and feed him, and I'll come and check on him.
Of course.
But like I said, I do have to travel around the area doing things for the Firemark facility, so it's not always convenient for me to stay with a pet.
Of course, and I do understand that, and he does
But-
make his way around here. I just
but I do
worry
have
if
a
anything ever
fondness
goes south here.
for animals, and so I will absolutely keep watch on him.
All right. But thank you for that, and if for some reason I don't come back, just make sure he's taken care of.
Well, it's a little melodramatic, don't you think? I mean, but be
And that's
careful.
probably not going to happen. I've survived
Be
much worse,
careful.
but you know,
Absolutely.
of course. And at this point, I walk away, and Chewie probably tries to follow and try to get him to stay.
Okay.
Did you say you're gonna look for me, Theoden?
There should
Yeah.
be a link in there. Theoden, okay, so then, yeah, you finally, he's packing his stuff together.
Monk. I have some question for you.
Yes.
So between me and you, Skrit's message was to find the Kabold city. Any chance in your big brain or your time in the library, you came across any Kabold cities that we might run into in the area we're heading into, or any Kabold cities you may have known of in the Underdark?
Do I need to roll a history check, or have I absolutely just never heard of any of that? Because we did go to the library and try to do a little research, right?
You did research on the Kryn dynasty.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
we didn't know about the
From
Underdark
your
at the time.
earlier inquiries into your mind, you did not know much about the Underdark.
Yeah.
So I would say
Okay.
probably not.
I haven't found anything about it or know anything. But I'm sure if it's a city, it'll be made apparent to us when we get there. I'm sure it shouldn't be too hidden.
All right. Just figured I'd see if you knew anything. All
Would you
right,
like this to remain between us?
for now until we for sure. I don't want the rest of the group just marching heedlessly following script with all the emotional nonsense that they like to follow around. They think Script has some grand reunion back at the place for I don't know, but they all seem to about to cry when he showed up.
I'm myself. I'm holding back a little tears. Like, yeah, totally.
You're not getting soft on me, are you, Monk?
No. But I'll keep this in between us.
Hey, for now, I mean, I don't like to keep secrets too much, but I just want to feel this out before we just release this information to the group. I don't want some of them getting into their head like a Rowan. He get in trouble. He'd charge straight ahead with nonsense, and I don't want him just charging blindly through the Underdark after this thing.
I am planning on trying to make a map of the Underdark, at least near the entrance. So if we ever need to go in the future, we'll have that, and I can also create a copy and give it to the Cobalt Souls. So I'll make sure to keep a lookout for that.
Aye, very well. That's a smart idea with the map. Anything specific you need me to hold in our new bag here, our friend Script gave us?
Yes. So, what I gave you earlier can go in there. I also have some caltrops. Caltrops. I don't know how to say it.
Gotcha. How many of those?
I got 20 of those. I have some 2 flasks of oil for the lantern.
Okay.
Then we can put the spell scroll in there in case we ever need to use it. It's first level spell scroll for the identify. You just have to do the spell scroll though in the inventory.
Gotcha.
And I think everything else I'll be able to carry.
All right. I don't need to get anything from the other guys and carry it.
Yeah, whatever I gave them, it can go in the bag too if they would rather not carry it.
All right, let me get with them. I'll talk to them.
I gave
If I'm close enough to hear it, then I would hand in the block and tackle.
I gave Jace the hooded lantern just in case something happens and he needs.
All right.
Yes.
I don't know if he's the only person that would really ever become useful to. So I don't know if he wants to keep it on him or he has other means of making light. So
Yeah,
maybe he doesn't want to burn a spell though.
I gotcha. We'll figure it out once we get down there. All right. I'm gonna go see Rowan. Are you in your room? I guess.
I was actually at the triage. I'm seeing if Jace can take a look at the splinter from earlier.
Well, then I'm guessing this conversation took in Lee's room because I went and found Lee. So
Okay.
I'll head back that way then towards my room, and then I'll notice Rowan and go talk to him and get his block and tackle from him.
Okay.
Yes. That is a nasty looking splinter you had there.
I don't even know where it came from. It's quite painful. It's right where I grip the sword too, so it keeps maybe pushing it in further.
Of
And I
course,
keep-
yeah, that's terrible.
Trying to get it, but
Well, don't pick at it. Yes, your hands are filthy. Don't do that.
what? How?
My
can
mother
you-
used to say the same thing.
And yeah, so I just
Third, as third and
I
walks
reached
by
down-
the triage area.
I reach down and just cast cure wounds.
Okay. So you see
And
that
then
it's like
is
it
it
just
like-
kind of like bloop, it just kind of like pushes it out of
Oh,
as it heals. its
Yeah,
skin.
yeah. Oh, well.
Not like a
popped out right
project-
in
Oh,
Not like a
Lord.
projectile.
All
It
right.
just like pushes it. yeah, not that.
I do
not
it
that
again and
bad.
shoots right in his finger. That's
Shoots in your other hand.
Delete that clip, please.
what do we have? Yes, their BFs. I've already figured out their couple name is Thirskrit. Anyway,
I'm hitting you. And I want to roll for attack on Jay.
Scroden.
yes,
Okay.
Scroden.
All right. Are you guys ready to go into? Are you guys ready to go into the Underdark? Good lord.
Yes, yes.
I think we were
I had the
wanting
kitchen to make us up a canteen of coffee. Yes.
Yes, I've already filled my water skin for ale.
Is anyone needing to do a quick rest to make sure that we have full spell slots before heading? Or full-
Rowan, do you have
I wouldn't say
the
spell
block
slots.
and tackle
Full.
or whatever he gave you? I'm supposed to put in the bag of holding.
Yes, here's your tackle blockle. Blockle tackle. Blockle.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Blockable
Just
whatever it is.
I'll take it. Don't do it.
Yes.
Theoden, you hear from around the hall your friend, the cook, coming around the corner saying, "Wait, if you're going to go adventuring, you're going to need some supplies."
We are a good man. I'm feeling a bit famished right now.
And he comes and he comes around the corner and says, "Now, don't eat all of this at once." And so he hands you some food supplies, and it's food supplies for the 5 of you for 10 days.
All right, so where's the rest for
thank you,
everybody else
sir.
for today?
He
That
also
seemed like quite a lot
also
of food.
takes a small pouch that's tightly wrapped, and he hands it to you, Rowan. And he says,
Oh,
"Look,
yes.
I know how much
Mhm.
you and the cleric are dependent upon this. Do you know how to brew the coffee?"
Do we know how to
Yes.
brew the Jace, do we know
Of
how
course
to
we
brew
do.
the
Yes,
Yes.
we do. Yes, we Jace.
Yes.
Yes, we
Here
do.
are some.
No,
Here is
no,
some
this is the
coffee.
time you actually
These
get
are the
to show you
beans.
guys.
These are the beans for brewing the coffee.
Excellent.
So
Oh,
if you
yes.
know how, I will not.
You're a great man.
And
I
he
don't care
gives
what
that,
that
and he gives you
says.
that and like one of those
Great man.
little, like, you know, kind of like little percolator pots, you know, kind of.
Yes.
So
Excellent.
Oh my gosh.
you can
Is
add
this like
arrow
a
bread.
gnome?
coffee and a coffee pot
character?
to your. Huh?
Is this
He's
a
a-
gnome character?
He's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf.
Young guy.
I am so excited.
Excellent.
I kiss him on the forehead. Just like,
This is,
thank you so
get
much.
out of here. Go do something useful.
You're a good man.
Watch it. They start hugging on you and now kissing you. And I think Jace has got his eye out for a wee male dwarf somewhere. I think he's got the liking to male dwarves. I don't know about that one.
And yeah. I say just one, and I give him a wink, just to mess with him.
Oh Lord, I'm going back to hate you.
All right. Okay, so you guys are set and ready to enter the door of the Underdark.
Hey Pete, what did do you want me to carry the stuff that?
He gave me a crowbar and a shovel, and then I figured.
I'll
with the-
take the crowbar. You keep the shovel.
I was
going
to keep the shovel, but with the crowbar, we've always just got your hammer anyway. So either
Or
way,
me head.
That's very true. Yes, that sometimes works. Not really, but it's very funny.
It's never
very funny.
It's always been enjoyable.
I enjoy it. Yes.
All right, let's
All right.
go.
And
Okay.
before we as we head in, I kind of say to Pete, did you the spell you mentioned earlier a way to give me dark vision because I can't see anything quite yet.
Well, you're not. I mean, you're just in the
with
the cave.
we have
the-
sconces. There's There's lights all around. I figure
Well,
if
yes,
you want the
once
full
we
time, then oh yeah, once we
Alright,
get down there, I'll
alright,
take care of it. But right now, you don't know.
it's very scary with Auric.
So as you are preparing, you hear the fluttering of wings coming from the garden, and Anwin comes by. She says, "What? Wait. Where are you? You guys are packing? Where are you going?"
Oh, you're coming with us, aren't you? We're going to the Underdark.
Oh,
Where's the other duck?
well,
Yes.
yes, sure, absolutely.
I didn't
know
sorry,
what
I
you were
didn't mean to
doing.
not. I didn't mean to not invite you. Sometimes you finish, sometimes you don't. I figured you were just with us.
Yes, I kind of just assumed you were there as well.
Well-
I apologize.
I like to go exploring sometimes.
We're heading to the Underdark. Yes.
Ooh, what's in the
Hunting the
Underdark?
drow that got away.
Lots of scary things. It's actually quite a dangerous place, and we're going to need you to be as careful as you can be.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'll just be invisible.
You know what? Before we go, is there any way that you know how to, like map backwards? Are you good with your memory and figuring out how to get back to the place?
I don't know.
Do you have any
Maybe.
magic or anything like that?
Any magic for? Let's see. I don't have any magic for mapping.
Just something to help us figure out where the door is in case we get lost. The door back to here.
Well, I mean, surely you can find your way back, right?
I'll be creating a map.
Probably. Oh, yes, there we go. All right. Yeah, so he will have a map
you have
that
any
should
sort
get us
of-
back.
GPS magic?
Yes, or perhaps we drop breadcrumbs or something. I've heard about that.
If your
rats will eat
suggestion
it.
wasting our rations, it'll be coming out of yours.
I agree.
Yes, you're right. That's probably not a great idea.
I mean,
But
ask
we could
for
have
more.
something to eat on the way back.
The rats would eat the breadcrumbs, and so
That's true.
wouldn't help us.
I'm pretty sure that Lee is going to be making a map as we go.
Yes,
Yes.
I trust Lee to make this map and get us back. So yes,
I think we've
Excellent.
dilly-dallied long enough. Let's go ahead and head
Agreed.
into the Underdark.
Were we walking down while we were talking?
Were
Yeah,
you walking?
yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you hadn't
Yeah.
said you were, but sure.
I figured
sorry.
it's a long
Walking.
entrance, isn't it?
So behind you, Rowan, you hear Anwin dilly dally, dilly dally.
Dilly dal.
She just keeps saying
It's
it
just a
over
fun
and over,
word.
like dilly dally, and then she'll giggle to herself. She says,
So yeah, we head into the Underdark.
"All right, so
Yeah,
you,
let's go.
who has the key?" I'm just kidding. You all have keys.
Jace.
I
I
thought
was
we
gonna
all
say
did.
Jace. I'm pretty sure Jace does have a
Like I think I
key
do
to
have it.
something.
As
Yes.
the owners of the
Okay.
I
of
was saying, I thought
the
he gave us all
Heroes
the key
Haven,
down there.
everyone has a key to this. Yeah. So you open the door to in the garden and step through, and there's a little bit of an antechamber because they've kind of carved it out a little bit. You do see a guard table there, and some of the same lanterns that are throughout your Heroes Haven. And then you see immediately the tunnel starts to go downward, and it starts sloping down, and you travel the familiar path that you went through last time with the switchback or two. And halfway through, you do get to another set of locked doors that you're able to open as well, and until you get to the bottom, and there's you do see two of Kellen's crew who are there, and they look like they're in the process of setting up one of the automated crossbows. Basically kind of a similar setup as the not quite the same setup as what's in your entrance, because they aren't going to have an open access door to the Underdark. But basically, there's about a section of 15 feet or so from this big metal door that is the door finally going into the Underdark. That has their kind of they're setting it in the ground, and you see they have these kind of like wires with gears going to it, and they're just they're working, and then there's a guard there who's there by the door.
I tip my hat to him.
Perks up and he says, "Oh, are you heading through the door, masters?"
Yes.
Yes, I believe we are.
Very well, very well. Whenever you return, just if you don't mind giving a friendly knock or something before you come through, I'll make sure that if they've got this thing active, I'll shut it down.
All right.
We'll knock 3 times when it's us.
Hey, you'll
Aye,
either-
3 times
you-
sounds good.
You'll either hear 3 knocks or you'll hear something that sounds like, blood acid! Not entirely sure yet.
That's true. That's
He-
the second one's very probable.
He looks completely mortified at that prospect. Very well. On your way, good masters.
Yes, of course.
Hey, into the Underdark we go, gents.
And we, yes.
All right. So he reaches over and unlocks the door and says, "If you need some torches, there are some here by the door." And so he kind of
Yes.
cha-chung, cha-chung, cha-chung. You see these 3 locks, and he kind of starts swinging it open, and you realize this door is fairly good thickness. Like it's probably close to about a foot thick. Kellen and you imagine some of the tinkerers in his crew from the Tinkers Guild have put some effort into this. It's like one of those big, bank vault type doors, and they're like swinging it out. And he says, "All right, I'll button it down tight once you're through."
Hey,
All right.
I'm gonna
Thank
go
you,
step
sir.
All right. So you step through into the Underdark, and you see before you a larger cavern, and there's a few sconces that kind of out a little ways that you realize that they probably set to be able to see out into the initial area, but then past that, it looks just like blackness. And as you head down into the Underdark, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right. So we'll get to start exploring the Underdark in
Yes.
episode 30.
Episode 30.
Episode 30. So thank you all for joining us. Sorry for the interruptions with some internet problems. I don't know what is going on with my internet. Frankly, I'm a little perturbed. I have fiber internet. I shouldn't be having any problems. So,
I know some of those feelings.
yeah.
You don't know any
So-
of those feelings.
Well, I don't know the
Well,
fiber
the-
internet part, but I know what
right.
it's like when your internet doesn't
Right.
work.
I'm supposed to have fiber internet at like 300, and I am hardwired into it, so I shouldn't be having
Oh,
any
okay.
problems.
Yeah.
I got like a T-Mobile hotspot. I'm hardwired into it though.
That's good. That's good. But
Thanks.
look forward to going into that. It may be next week, or depending on if something else is ready, we may have something else next week.
Ominous.
Da, 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 da.
Ominous.
Yes, that's what I'm
Cliffhanger.
saying.
So,
What is it?
huh? What?
I have so many questions.
You won't know till next week, Austin.
Yes.
It's a secret.
Watch the socials. Give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, definitely YouTube and Twitch. You should definitely do that. But Twitter,
Agree.
Instagram, TikTok, I think. Something like that. Yes. But we'll have some posts about what's coming
MySpace.
up.
AIM
Zanga.
profile. Zanga.
Oh, my MySpace. Yeah, let me plug my MySpace here real quick.
So
One day, MySpace is going to come out with a gaming side, and
Oh my
I
gosh.
think it'll be epic.
I will move immediately.
I will move to MySpace gaming. That's the only one that'll get me.
that's the only one that'll get you to switch.
That's the only one.
That's the
It'll be
only one.
planetary themed, hence
That's
the
right.
There's never been
Yes.
another streaming service with an M to start their name. That would make it automatically do well.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, hey, thank you all for joining us. Dr. Heels, where can people find you?
You can find me right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dr. Heels, unless there's a MySpace.tv. Anyway, that's not. But you can also find me over on YouTube at youtube.com/Dr. Heels and youtube.com/ThatBoldLife.
Fantastic. And
What's this?
Austin, where can the people find you?
I've actually started streaming periodically, so you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/AustinLCG. There's a few things that I still need to work out some kinks with, but I should be streaming more regularly here in the future. But I am most active on Twitter, and that is _AustinLCG.
And what are you going to be streaming?
He
Did you
froze.
He freeze.
Oh, well.
Nice.
Just
He's
froze.
out. He is
Not
out.
me this time. It
He's
was
like, my
not me
breaker
this time,
just
guys.
flipped, boys.
Don't you ask me questions like that.
I bet his breaker flipped. If it
Well,
did.
yeah, I froze at one
Oh,
point
yeah.
too. I had to swap to my
Did it?
Breaker tripped.
nice.
At least it waited till this long.
Right, that's
goodness.
Let's
true.
go
Nice.
check him out, guys. If you're not already following him on Twitch, definitely go check him out. Give him some support.
I thought that was going to be like an NDA joke that he was making.
I thought so.
And then
I was like, why
no.
is he being really
He's
coy about it? I mean,
Really committed.
he's really committed to that, guys. He's still committed to it. Oh, and now the rest
Oh,
of our
there we go.
cameras are messed up. So,
That's all
Yep.
right.
Wow.
okay, well that's okay. I'm pretty sure he is going to be primarily streaming New World when it comes out, because that is definitely what we're going to be playing. so
Yeah.
that-
We're gonna have to
Um,
get some H&H New World in.
Yeah,
I
we will.
agree.
I
If
agree.
I can get my computer built, ever,
Yeah.
I
We'll
will
do it.
play.
We'll do
It
it.
might be 2 years, but I'll
No,
do it.
no. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Gotta get it soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Noah, you're next, I guess.
You can find me on Instagram at Noah Drew Mathis and on Twitch at Daddy Bear with 2 Y's and 3 R's. I will stream about once a year with no notification or anything for about 30 minutes. So you'll just have to catch me.
Give him a follow and hit that notification so you know when he goes live.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also have no clue what I'm doing. So
That's okay. It's gonna be awesome.
I know I'm supposed to be able to see something on Twitch other than what I see when I like watch other people, but I can't. So
It's all good.
yeah.
Troubleshooting
Perfect.
help would be appreciated, yeah.
All right, and Reborn.
Well, once I fix my RAM issue in my computer, I will be here on Twitch at Reborn Crusader at Twitch TV. Other than that, I tend to just gonna stay to myself on socials.
Cool. And Mr. Colin.
I'm on Twitter at CullenKelsey2, on Instagram at CullenKelsey Productions. I think right now nope, it's over there. That's the Twitter in the Pete spot.
Awesome. In the Pete spot.
The Pete spot.
That's true. I know. All the cameras are messed up.
Yeah.
Follow all
Alright.
of them, though.
Well, you can also follow
Yeah,
me.
just follow all of them.
My name is Seth. You can follow me at WhiteFoxSG on Twitter and YouTube. Well, no. Yeah, I think YouTube takes you there too. And not to mention Twitch. Yes, you can do that too.
Pokemon Unite.
Yes, I played some Pokemon Unite recently. It's awesome. Also, I'm gonna start putting out some other tabletop things, I think, on the YouTube soon. Not D&D related, but maybe D&D related at some point. But mostly, I have some specific projects planned for BattleTech because it is my first love for tabletop games, miniatures games. So check it out there. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for joining us. Good night, and God bless.
God bless.